I love that. So
it's like time's just on our side.
Time. Well, so it's funny. I was actually just watching randomly like a clip from Shark Tank. Also, let's start from an intro. So I would say welcome back, but this is our first inaugural podcast in the vault.
So cool.
Yeah,
huh?
in the bank. So we are at our official new office, our new headquarters in St. Augustine. We are at 3570 A1A South. I am sitting here with none other than the namesake of the company, DJ De La Sala, and we are in the new office in the bank in the old vault. Yeah, so this is pretty cool. Obviously, first vault I've actually ever been in.
It's pretty dope.
Yeah.
So anything better than podcasting with 3 feet of concrete surrounding you?
Yeah,
And,
right. I think this is arguably the safest place on the island now.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Like tornado, anything like that, hurricane, although flooding, but this thing is just...
Well, it's been like 75 and sunny for the last like 2 weeks. Here,
right. We've had incredible weather. So if you are in Florida, I'm sure you're enjoying it too, but we have been having this like incredible, like California, low humidity, like cool mornings, cool evenings, and just like beautiful sunshine all day.
That's why it's so easy to sell real estate in North Florida.
Right.
We actually get seasons like
Yeah.
spring, fall, summer, even summer, like July and August get a little bit hot.
Right.
But we always have the easterly sea breeze. And so it's kind of offsets it. I think there was only like 3 years ago where you couldn't actually like play golf in the summer, but spring, fall.
Right. Incredible.
Doesn't get better than
Yeah.
North Florida.
So it's funny. I was just home. Shout out to myself. I was just home. I was inducted into my high school's Hall of Fame. And I was talking to
I
one
wanted
of the
to
old
give
coaches.
you that plug, but you had to plug yourself.
Well, I just
I was really proud of you.
self plug. I appreciate that. But anyway, I was talking to one of the coaches who was there, who had a bunch of players inducted. She's legendary, but she was asking like, oh, like why is, because I was just talking how I love Florida. Like,
Yeah.
I'll never move back. And she's like, why is it so great? And I literally explained that. I'm like, so anything north of Lake Okeechobee, you do get a seasonal change. South of it, it's basically all the same season, right? You'll maybe get a cold spout when everyone's getting a cold spout. But I'm like, it's just like a different vibe because we get the seasonal change. So it's like such a rare thing for Florida to get all the tax incentives, all the other things, but still get seasonal change.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah, which is great. But we are starting new, starting fresh. We are in the bank, whole new series coming. We're going to obviously talk to you. We're going to talk to Lindsey. We're going to talk to some of these agents. But our goal is going to be to unpack this new, I want to call it new age in real estate. But if you ask you're like, it's something that should have been happening this whole time.
Yeah.
And it's really just holding the agents accountable for the work and the value they should be providing.
Yeah, I think a lot of times, I mean, I speak about it a lot on, whether I'm speaking on stage at an event, whether I'm speaking to this company. Customers deserve really good customer service, and now with the NAR settlement looming right now,
Right.
and having to discuss fees and what your value is and what you're going to charge people, now it's like at the front of the limelight right now, and it's an exciting time.
So I've been in real estate. I'm not licensed, but I've been in real estate probably close to 10 years now, just from a marketing side. But we linked up in 2020. Since 2020, it's been 4 years. It just felt like we've gone through probably like 4 generational changes of the industry between the COVID market, the boom, Zillow offers this giant wholesale home buyers push. And now we're moving into this. It's like, is real estate an industry that everybody should try their hand at, or it is only built for the strong?
Here's what I've always thought. If you have a strong work ethic, if you're willing to be coached, if you're willing to learn, absorb, and just really try to retain as much as possible, you could definitely succeed in this industry. Mm-hmm. The problem is, over the years, it's been so sensationalized through the media and TV shows that it's an easy game. But if you really watch some of these shows and watch them negotiating in people's houses, it's a hard game. It's always been that. Typically a transaction will be about 50 emails, about 250 phone calls, and everything in between. And it's not for the faint of heart. It's never been for the faint of heart.
Sure.
I mean, just, and for somebody like myself going on this is my 18th year in real estate. I've always took that weight on my shoulders that I am responsible for their largest asset purchase or sale in their life. I
Definitely
need to do
stressful.
an awesome job. I want to make them the most money. I want to get repeat business. And we've been able to scale that over the last, 11 years pretty well. And I'm super excited to just continue that path forward on providing excellent customer service, providing value to everybody in our industry as much as possible, and just educating everybody. So
Yeah.
it's an exciting new time.
Well, and you brought up a good point there, was talking about how a large portion of the actual value is negotiation and the actual deal itself. And because Zillow just rolled out some news, I don't know people, but we've always, and Lindsey says it, we've always shown houses for free, right? You show houses for free. That's not what pays the bills. It's the knowledge in order to write and ink the deal and get it done for your customers is where your value really comes from.
Well, that's where the turning of the tides has really come, and how we've separated ourselves from our competition. See, a lot of agents think that the customer should work on their time. And when you look at everything that's evolved over the last 10 years with everything from Ubers to Netflix and everything,
DoorDash,
everything getting delivered right away. And I know we've spoke about this, but this is really right now that agents say they want to meet a person, pre-qualify them, make sure they're going to buy. And that's just asking for so much up front when you don't even have a two-way relationship with that person. Now, if it's your sphere and you want to maybe meet them at a coffee shop and you've known this person from church for a long time and you want to go over that's
Totally different. Yeah.
However, 98% of the consumers right now are online, and with agents out there right now, they're trying to say, hey, I'm scared of this whole Zillow thing. I don't want to go meet a customer at the property without being compensated. Like, that's been our job since the eternity of real estate, is like,
Right.
We show property. We don't get paid till the commission happens, till the sale, closes. So we've essentially always been working for that commission, and it's again, not for the faint of heart.
Yeah. And I think obviously it's a strong lift on the buyer side, because a majority of the agents, it's not really easy to just get listings, right? And now every coach, every platform, everybody's pushing like, oh, this is the best way you're going to get listings. I have a foolproof way of getting listings. And we, you being 18 years, me being just, south of 10 years, it's for sure not easy, but we figured out a way to talk to the customer to get them to understand it. And it's exactly what you're saying. It's literally being available for somebody, answering questions when they are ready to have that conversation. It's really hard to push your agenda onto somebody and then have it go well.
Like right now, we're averaging between 15 and 20 listing opportunities per day of people raising their hand. So they're anywhere from three months to 3 years out. And that nurture game right now is super important, because you have people right now from COVID and 2.5% interest rates. Sure. And then you have people that, are always going to sell, whether it be death, relocation, divorce. So you have all of these different intrinsic things that happen in people's lives that are always going to happen, unfortunately. And, fortunately for, if it's a relocation and you're making a bunch of money in a new job, that's exciting. The latter is, obviously not. Right. However, by gaining those opportunities, and when the interest rates do come down and that move does make sense, this 245,000 person database that we have, I think, is aligned really well for not only just the buyers in the future, but the listings in the future as well. So everything we're doing right now to kind of set ourselves up, not just for today, but the next 5 years, is something I'm really excited about. And for our agents, because, everything we preach here is about stability and taking care of our agents so they understand what their next 3, 6, 9 months looks like.
Right.
By continuing this process of doubling down on our advertising and marketing and all of our pillars of leads coming in, I've never felt better than I do right now.
Yeah. How many people do you think, obviously this is a business where you do need to see around the corner, and that's the value that you bring massively to, this group of agents and this entire company, is being able to see from a 10,000 foot view, or like some say, see around the corner. I mean, how many do you think everyday agents are literally looking 5 years ahead? Or they, in my observation of people from outside this company, they are like very literally trying to grasp at any and all opportunity that they can.
Well, let's just call a spade a spade. Transaction count is down when you look at it overall year over year. If you look at a lot of companies right now, if you look at the real estate, the big boys that are publicly traded, their stocks down. I mean, it's a very, hard time in real estate, when you do have interest rates and you do have all of these constraints with the market right now. Inventory crisis might go on for another decade. Mm-hmm. So I think, unfortunately, for somebody that is an individual out there just trying to swim upstream by themselves right now, it's pretty tough. They're just trying to make ends meet right now. So right. I think they can't look towards the future because they have to feed their families. They have to do what they need to do right now to survive. And for me, fortunately we've prepared for this situation. We're prepared, and mm-hmm. So by seeing around the corner, it's helping companies like us that are stable and willing to take risk at right. inopportune times, and hopefully it pays off. And my crystal ball over here, if you see it over here, I've been predicting this for a long time. I've been saying that you needed a stable lead list, you needed stable customers, you needed a stable past customer list, and you always need to be adding to the top of that funnel. And a lot of people were like, oh, you have so many people right now. There's so many transactions happening during COVID. People are buying houses sight unseen, sight unseen all of the time.
Yeah, right.
And I'm like, okay, but that's going to come to an end. Everything does. We're in an election cycle right now, and mm-hmm. and there's just so much uncertainty. But when I talk about a crystal ball and everything, it's just always predicting and seeing what the trends are in real estate, and it's cyclical like anything else.
Right.
And with the amount of money that's been printed over the last 5 years, it's an uncertain time in all aspects of the finance world.
Yeah. No, we definitely are in this silent minor recession where a lot of people are looking at their personal finances, because some people do think that they need to physically change their location or just shake it up to make a move to change their own life. And we always get it's Florida. People are always moving to Florida. It's like, okay, that's great. How many people inside your sphere are probably going to tell you, hey, my friend from wherever mm-hmm. is looking to come to Florida? Or are they going to use an online portal and they're going to land here?
Well, not only that, you're going to start doing your research, and mm-hmm. understanding that commissions have, been paid by or